What's up, YouTube guys? My name is Jake Townsend. I'm a drummer from Cincinnati, Ohio, specializing in rock and metal. And here today I'm showing you a really cool concept that I like to call hybrid blasting. Some people call it rudimental drumming in metal. Other guys call it the two-hand hammer blast. So with that being said, there's a really cool video already out there by a guy named Sean Lang that shows you two different rudiments that you can use. Here today I'm going to show you two more different rudiments that are really cool and really fun to do. And what I find that works best for me is I like to find rudiments that have flams and a lot of singles inside of them. So with a lot of singles inside of them, it really helps me out just because I'm able to just keep my consistent rolls going down here and add flams. So with that being said, the first one that I love using the most because it works awesome, especially in 6/8 time signatures, even 9/8 and 12/8, or just for triplets in general, it's the flam accent. And so with that being said, all a flam accent is if you're playing a single stroke roll in triplets and you're accenting a downbeat like this, flam the downbeat. That's it. So when you flam the downbeat, this is what it sounds like. So with that being said, I was at work one day on lunch break when I worked at Guitar Center the first time. Here I am, 19 years old, about 3 years ago. And I just started messing with that, just started moving around the drum set and whatnot. And then I started doing it over here on the hi-hat, and I was like, wait a second. And I went from doing it from ghost note value to adding power to my snare drum, and it sounded like a blast beat in triple form. And I'm like, holy cow, this is gold. I can now, if I can learn how to do this properly, I can do this. So with that being said, this is exactly how I started it. I went home that night, I threw a bunch of the rubber pads all over my drum sets, that way I could practice at 2 o'clock in the morning without killing my neighbor's ears, and not waking them up because they all gotta be at work at like 5. Retail, we never have to do that, right? Except Black Friday. However, with that being said, I started doing this, and I literally just started off slow. I would warm up on my snare drum just going, and I would do it faster and faster and faster and faster and faster until I got to a point where I felt like I could play that faster than a single hand, get more power, and it sounded awesome. So what I did was, after I just warmed up with that, I started doing this. I started just moving the flam, one hand of the flam over to my hi-hat, and with me moving one of the flam hands over to my hi-hat, what then ended up happening was I started accenting on my bass drums. That way I could just hear that consistent 1, 2, 3, 4. So with that being said, I would practice it still at this speed. I started doing this. And then with that being said, there was at one point in time at a band I was playing, and they came with me at this triplet riff. It was an awesome riff. It was just a run up and down the neck, just and that was it. It was about 180, but I couldn't do that with just one hand and just accenting, just playing da 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 da. With double bass on it did not sound right. So with that being said, that's at about 180. So I just put my metronome on 180. With that being said, this is what it sounds like at 180, full force. Turn up the volume here a little bit because I am slightly deaf. Pretty cool, right? Got speed, got power, a lot more power than I'd be able to do, so I was just going, or a lot more power than that because I wasn't triggering my snare drum at the time. I was only triggering my kicks. So with that being said, that helped me out a lot. And that's the first rudiment. The second one that I found that is really awesome to do this with is the flammed paradiddle. All a flammed paradiddle is, for those of you drummers who don't know what a paradiddle is, all a paradiddle is, one single paradiddle right-handed is right, left, right, right, and a left-handed paradiddle is left, right, left, left. What I did, I was just messing around one day after I did that, and after I got that up to speed and I did put that in that song, I was like, what else can I do? What else can I do with this to give me more speed and power and still sounds awesome? And I was like, well, what about a flam paradiddle? Because then I can get the 16th note blast beat. I'll pulse on the quarter notes again. So it works. It sounded pretty cool for a couple breakdowns, but never really fit really well at one point in time. until I joined another band that I was playing in, where they had this awesome riff. There was just a trimming intro of just duh, and then they had the ba-da-da-da-da-da, but it was a 16-note formula that I just didn't trip it, so I'm sorry about that. But it fit really well because I was able to go for part of it, and then for the second part of it, do the flam paradiddle blast beat that I like to do. And so with that being said, it was just a lot like. And that was at a much slowed down tempo. So what I did was, after that riff came about, I said, guys, I already know what I'm going to do. I just got to take on and practice this one part first. Get this up to speed. So I took it home and I just did the same thing. I practiced it at a slow tempo. I would warm up on my practice pad, just. And I started putting the flams on the hi-hat. So then it started sounding like this. And I was able to make it sound, I got it up to a really fast tempo, and it just sounded awesome. So then as time went on and went on and went on and went on, it just kept getting cooler and cooler and cooler and cooler because I just kept experimenting with it. Put it down to 140 just to be safe. I don't want to play it sloppy for you guys. So with that being said, good nice tempo for us, 140. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just start playing consistent 16th notes on the kick drum and just do fairly similar to what I did with that band, to where I'll just add it in here and there, and I'll eventually get to the point where it's just consistent with the. So that was another really cool one that I found out, and it worked really well for me with certain applications. So that's 2 more rudiments that you can take with this and practice with you to do whatever you want to. A quick refresher for those of you guys who didn't see Sean Lang's, he showed us the Swiss Army triplet, which looked like this at a slow tempo. I'm not really good with that one because I'm used to playing the accent with my right hand versus my left hand. So I got that one up to speed to sound like this. That works really cool coming off your right side. And then he also showed us the flam tap one, which if you don't know what a flam tap is, all it is a double stroke roll, but you're flamming the first note of the double stroke roll. So it sounds like this. And that's all it is. So, and then what he showed us there was if you just go ahead and reverse the hands of what would normally go with, you play your left hand on the 1s and 3s and your right hand on the 2s and 4s, it sounds like this. That's all it is. And on an ending note here, there's a lot more you can do with this. Any rudiment that has a flam in it, you can put this into metal as a blast beat. You can put it as a really cool solo filler. So with that being said, really take upon this and expand it. You got your pataflaw flaws, which are. You can do a standard pataflaw flaw. You can do hand-to-hands to where you're just going. You can do those. You can do your flam drags. You can do a flam 5-stroke roll. It's endless possibilities. I just showed you 2 more ways that you can go about doing it. I want to see you guys come through and do more. And the description link below, I'm going to post a link to some flam rudiments for you guys. I'm also going to post a link to my Facebook page and not more of that. Here coming up soon, I'm going to have a video on my hand technique, which I also get asked a lot of questions on, like another reason why I get so much power. And also I'm going to be posting a review on this snare drum that you see right here in front of you right now, which was custom built for me from a local builder. Thank you guys very much and have a great day.